Fan of this problem. Talked to a lot of kids over the last weekend, kind of how to figure this problem out. Most of us, when we see this scenario, we would take the percent and add it to the original, which is a great thought process. I wish I was there to explain it to you right now, but I'm going to try my best. Basically, if I make $20,000, just think this through. If I make $20,000 and next year I'm making an increase, you can't just multiply. You can't think of this as a geometric sequence where we multiply by 0.06, because that'll only give me the amount of money that I'm making in the increase. Well, I want to multiply it by 1.06, and I want you to try to think about this as, because I want 106% of what I'm making right now. I want my 100% of my salary, plus I want another 6%. So if you simply always multiply by 1.06, you'll be good, because it's the same annual increase every year. That's why it's a geometric sequence. So they want a formula for the nth term of each offer. Well, here we'll start with job A over here. We're going to start at 20,000. Let me back it up so I actually have a formula. The nth term would be equal to 20,000, but then we multiply by the R value, which 1.06, and we would raise it to the n minus 1. Whereas for option B, we start with our nth term equal to 22,000, and then we multiply by 1.03 this time, and then to the n minus 1. Okay, so there's our two formulas. Which offer is best if your goal is to be making as much as possible during your 5th year? Well, I'm just going to talk about this right now. That's a different question than the next question. Which option will allow you to make the most money over the 5-year contract? So obviously there's a certain amount of money you could make, in 1 year. That's what this one is saying, just in the 5th year, and then over the life of the contract, how much you made. Well, this first question, and this is what you got to do with these apps, is that's literally just finding, the 5th term of the sequence. That's all you're doing. You're starting with 20,000. You're going to multiply by 1.06, but how many times you can do this is 4 times. 5 minus 1 will give you the 4 right there. And then likewise over here, this would be the 5th term, 5th year, and then you'd take your 22,000 and you'd multiply by your 1.03 and then to the 4th power. So I'm starting with more here than this one, but I got a better percentage over there. Let's just kind of look and see how this plays out. All right, so on here, it looks like if I do 20, 1, 2, 3, and I multiply that by 1.06 raised to the 4th power, right? I guess I could put it outside. It's not going to really matter. And then I get this number. Now remember, I'm not good at doing this. Go up there. I want to highlight it and hit enter. So you always want to, it rounds a little bit more than you want it to. So that number says, if I'm reading this right, 25,249.54. So 1, 2, 3, $25,249.54. Okay, again, that's just in the 5th year. So now watch this. Actually, this is pretty nice. So you can go up here, highlight this, bring that down. Whoops, I did that too quick. Okay, you can take this, you can bring it down, you can just go in and you can edit it. All you're changing is that it's a 22,000, and then this is a 1.03. So when you make those edits, get those in there. This one came out too. Again, we want to go up and we want to highlight and bring that down. It looks like this one came out to $24,761.19. Okay, so amongst these two offers, obviously job A would pay more money during the 5th year. Okay, well, which option will allow you to make the most money over the 5-year contract? This was a geometric, right? Geometric. So now we're going to have to use our geometric formula. So if we summed up the 5 years, well, now we're talking, we want to put in the first term, which is 20,000. And then we have this formula, remember, of 1 minus R, 1.06. And that would be to the 4th power. Nope, careful. That's not n minus 1. It's actually n, which happens to be 5 here. So be very careful with that. And 1 minus 1.06. 1 minus our R value. So we go to our handy dandy calculator. I feel like that's from Blue's Clues or something, or handy dandy something, I don't remember, but my kids watched that a lot. So 20,000, and then we multiply by, control divide, and then what do we got? 1 minus parenthesis. Whoa, why does it do that? If you've been watching my video, you saw me do that 100 times. All right, so 1 minus parentheses, control divide. Whoops, didn't even think about what problem I was doing here. Oh man, it took everything away. All right, I hope you're enjoying watching me screw up on the calculator a million times tonight, but 20,000 times 1 minus I do not want to type this in twice, so for that reason, again, I'm going to pull it down in a second to make my adjustments. But that's what I wanted, and I make, over the life of the contract, it looks like, man, I hit this button. Oh man, I'm struggling. Okay, 112741.86. Okay, so over the life of the contract, I make $112,000, or at least over the 5 years. And then again, watch this. If we're going to do this for the second one over here, okay, the only thing that's going to change when I do this, the second one, is that I go up and I'm going to pull that down, but the change is, like it was before, 22,000, and it's 1.03. So I'm just going to modify those. I'm not going to write anything on my paper. I'm just going to do that. And then I go up and I see what that was, and it actually came out to 116,800.99. Look at that. So what do we got? We got 112, 116,000. So actually, over the life of the contract, you're making more there. All right, that was great. And I think I'm going to have to cut the video there because that took a while.